Protegimos el cargamento antes de que salga del país. No buscamos la ganancia.
Yo entiendo, pero necesito más cuarto.
Está bien. Te veo mañana.
Motherfucking freelance! Come on! It's the cartel, nigga! Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, check up on my ear. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, I'm about to cut the Porsche. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, you leave me no choice. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, I take over the street. Fresh out the banana, bro. I come straight from the east. But niggas spit up counter. You tell me where you wanna meet. I'm coming with a gang of dope. I still got full of lies. I'm laced up to the fucking floor. The parts, Corral, Panamera, 911. I do the whole dance. Dropping all cash. Got it to the death of me. I'm sticking to the recipe. Blood, then with Colombians. I know Sosa. All I got is my balls and my words. Fuck the roaches. Everything we do, we put Versace on the sofa. The money got me geek, like I took a hit of coke. My life is a movie, I gotta stay focused. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, check up on my ear. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, I'm about to cut the Porsche. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, you leave me no choice. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, another shot at Quaco. She be coming back for pesos. When you blood, then with peso. It's hard for her to let go. See, they killing no kids, stick a eye, split your potato. Ain't nothing about me ordinary. I come with the yayo. I move like a mob boss. It's gon' take a army. The world is mine, nigga. You get it if you want it. You fucking with me, you move to Alaska by the morning. You want me to be the bad guy? Okay, it's on you. Champagne spilling, crab cakes everywhere. My white bitch tripping. She saying they ain't playing for. I'm about to cup a tiger and put it in the castle. Free better cuffing this so nigga, it don't matter. They got Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, check up on my ear. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, I'm about to cut the Porsche. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, you leave me no choice. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, hey, I'm Bolivia, 100 round banana, 25 cameras, I done brought the knob off, all white Porsche, you leave me no fucking choice. Peruvian flag, I'm on the way to see my jeweler. Walk inside the bank with so much cash they gon' refuse her. Don't end around this bitch move unless you get approval. I need a driver to drive me around how I maneuver. I'm so fucking high right now, feel like I'm in Jerusalem. Like A1, A1, cause ain't none of this don't lose it. Anytime you see me smoking, no I'm smoking super. I would keep it real, I can tell you who the shooter. All this fucking sauce, I really think I come from Cuba. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, check up on my ear. Tony Merton, Tony Merton, Tony Merton, I'm about to
Premier world fucking premier world fucking premier.
Hey, my mama said, fuck it, nigga, hit the streets and live. Got some crack in the corner and I did did what I did. The neighbors, they don't like me. I got J's at the door. Told my grandma I don't need a bed. I'm sleeping on the floor. Got my tool in my flow. They're my two main hoes. Me and all my walls stick together like the Zoes. Stop by, say who got the yay for the love. And I keep birds with me like a straight out Holly Grove. My fingers, they itch for the ice. I'm riding around the city. I got that calculator. I'm a motherfucker monster when they gonna get that paper. My fingers, they itch for the ice. My fingers, they itch for the paper. I'm riding around the city and I got my calculator. I'm a motherfucking monster when they gonna get that paper. I'm a dog. And I eat that dog food. I'm a cheat. I put red on all my shoes, come and see. My life familiar got Peru, and I plead. Not guilty until proved. Got more words on the loose, got chickens in the coop.
People don't understand that. It's a look from outside to the inside. You know what I'm saying? From the hood to Hollywood that you gotta have. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you getting it. You know what I'm saying? See, people never seen how I really put it down because unless you a part of that, I'm not gonna let you see that. The only thing you're gonna see is us enjoying ourselves. That's what you're supposed to see. Unless you're a part of whatever else going on. You know what I'm saying?
Operation jet like big me. Little nigga don't jump in that water, cause this shit deep. Made a whole told all of my dogs when they murder me. Don't let nobody tell on him, keep this shit in them streets. Spread granny house, spread memory house. Get they block smashing while they standing out. Boy, dying crackhead, clean your house. Young nigga, clean your house. This the type of gun that used to dream about. Sticks with a disc, but they don't got no balls. I ain't here, baby, shit don't got no walls. I'ma fuck them off, give a lock jaw. Tell the BBs. Tryna bury to the 223s. I heard from criminal they put on them skis. They tryna put something under the trees. Selling them off, she gon' get on her knees. She got a family, they know they got needs. She know the junior gon' want them to sneak. Soon you don't get it, then he got a great tie like a little kid on the growth spurt. Now this bitch wanna sell my dick to a throat hurt. You gang on it. Price baby try to abandon me like I was Joe Dirt. They abandoned me. 8-3s ran out, told Snoop perk search. Searching for the perks, waiting for the thirst. Money on his head, put him in the dirt, put him in the hearse, step him on the shirt. This ain't nothing new, niggas getting murdered. It wasn't even for you, it was for you guy. You was riding with him, so you got it back. Even on the floor, we don't shoot up in the sky. R.I.P. Day, long little guy. In the hood side, get the sack on the real proud, make it bad. Say she fuck with me, she know I fuck with her back. Scoliosis ain't talking bad, but words. Them was your words. Interrogation room when you saying no words. No words. Rushing jet like big meat. Little nigga don't jump in that water, cause this shit deep. Made a whole told all of my dogs when they murder me. Don't let nobody tell on him, keep shit in them streets. Spread granny house, spread memory house. Get they block smashing while they standing out. Boy, dying crackhead, clean your house. Young nigga, clean your house. This the type of gun that used to dream about. Sticks with the disc, but they don't got no balls. Bad head, baby, shit don't got no walls. I'ma fuck them off, give a lock jaws.
Can't nobody mess with us, man. When we was growing up, We wanted to be like Young Boys Incorporated. All them dudes had money, women, clothes, and flower whips. But more than anything, they had respect.
That's my car. Oh, it ain't fool. It's my boss's. And one day, I'm gonna have one just like it.
Meech, you coming or what?
Letting my brother in the car with me that day took us on a journey beyond our wildest imaginations.
I'm the king of rock.
Man, we got a product that creates its own demand. As long as we got my vision and your brains, can't nobody mess with us, man. Everybody in the game knows the risk. Getting arrested, robbed, or even killed is part of it.
The rules always been the same. Ain't no other way.
And the competition thickening.
You tell him that Lamar Silas is back in town.
The good Lord thanks you for that benevolent offering, brother.
So you a policeman now? Because them men need weapons to do their job. What kind of job you got you need a gun?
It's not like that.
Then what's it like, Demetrius?
A mother's love can only go so far.
Nobody gave nobody shit in this country, T. They didn't give us our freedom or the right to vote. We had to fight for that shit. It's the same way as us fighting for our independence in this game, man.
So what you saying?
We're gonna be kings, T. Kings of the mother D.
You gonna end up in jail or dead.
I promise you one thing. I will do better protecting this family.
Everybody is from somewhere else different. You don't get nothing like this nowhere. Everybody move like brothers, and then everybody from different places. Milwaukee, St. Louis, Detroit, Texas, Atlanta, Cali, you know what I'm saying, Florida. We got people from everywhere in our mind. Everybody move as one. Everybody is prospering in some kind of way, in their own way. Every man plays his own role, and everything starts with the leader. I'm a good leader, so I got good people that follow. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. You can only be like the nigga that's running your crew. If you got a robbing ass boss, then you're gonna be a robbing ass crew. If you got a real boss who know how to sacrifice and take the bad along with the good and show us who know how to be men, then this what you get. Everybody shining like new money. There ain't no other crew like this in the world. There never will be another. Not black. It never will be, because I said that if niggas like this is shining all together, being together, doing shit every day, then they gonna fall out over some money or somebody gonna rob, steal, or kill. I have yet to see that. All of us get along with money. We had money, we been had money. Money ain't nothing without us being together. It don't do no difference. It don't make no difference if you the maid or if you the motherfucking bodyguard. Everybody get extras around here, friends benefits. Everybody travel from place to place and kick it with each other. And every place is like home. Every place we stay at, LA, Atlanta, Detroit, we have homes, our own homes. We don't have to go in and rent shit. We got our own houses, we got our own cars, we got our own homes, we got our own clothes. You know what I'm saying? And we can't be stopped. I don't see nobody stopped. I don't see no one to come after us either. No, nobody will never do this again. It's just many niggas and as much money can't get along and stay together. They gonna fall out over girls or something. We don't fall out over no girls. We hit them all. They hit my hoes, I hit they hoes. The ones that don't want to be shared, then that's your own personal one. Other than that, then we ain't falling out over no hoes. And we got all type of niggas around here. Short niggas, tall niggas, bald niggas, light skin, dark skin, braids, dreads, fat, whatever you want, whatever a woman want, we got right here. See what I'm saying? So we get all kinds of models, like hood rats, everything. We do it all. We don't discriminate. Matter of fact, after you leave here, you end up getting your teeth on something and coming up with something better. You know what I'm saying? Like a new car, a new house, maybe the kids get to go to school, private school, paid for courtesy of the mom. You know what I'm saying? We pay. You know, that's simple. A lot of niggas don't like to spend their money. We love to spend our money. You can't take none of this shit with us. No, ain't no armored trucks pulling up, ain't no fuel. Simple. So you better enjoy this shit. Just a fool with his money will park. We do this. So we ain't worried about it. When we go out at night, whatever we spend, $50,000, $100,000 in a motherfucking club, we can afford to do it because we ain't bring it all with us. Simple. If you love hip hop, like we love hip hop, the 2021 BET Hip Hop Awards, Tuesday, October 5th at 9. Join, did join, did Eskimo, the coolest DJ in the world. Join, did I'm about to join the bitch in every city, every city. I'm making moves, they gon' keep did it. I'm gonna hunt a scared bitch. I got a main girl and a bitch. Join, did it, join, did it, join, did it, join, did it. I'm in the club, shooting jump shots, Don't you move, my dick get green. I'm the FLY, I'm not your name. They come in dark skin, white, better Japanese. Light skin girls wanna join the nigga team. Money, power, and respect, I got everything. Mike Swanstead, nigga, I got 6 rings. All about the bitch, use the wrong word too. Free dead by Barra and a rock tool. I'm in the shop with the kids like Chicago Bulls. Strapped up in the club like Chanel. Bad boy, you got better bitches. Jump shot, those are one niggas. Zone 6 niggas get money like Harlem niggas. I'm out for the beats in every city. I'm making moves, they gon' keep it. I'm falling hard for the scared bitches. I got a main girl and a mission. Join, did it. Join, did it. Join, did it. Join, did it. I'm in the club, shooting jump shot. Don't you move, might just get shot. I'm on the strong weed inside the family. Loud, I'm just a street nigga from Atlanta. Straight up, put the codeine inside the family. So we got big bags, nigga, no Santa. Shit, I just been a move with the phone. Now I'm making plays in New York. Say, Daddy, it's that future, you gon' cost so. I'm 100 million now, I wanna love all of this. I fell in love with a Puerto Rican. Soldier. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. Shit on the man, you nigga like me here. Goddamn, they try with the piece of the pig. He said with a 150 rich and friends. Knowing that man, I came home with a plan. 100,000 one day on the man. You already know that shit on the man. 100,000 one day on the man. Shit on the man. You nigga like me here. Goddamn, they try with the piece of the pig. He said with a 150 rich and friends. Knowing that man, I came home with a plan. 100,000 one day on the man. You already know that shit on the man. 100,000 one day on the man. Catching the shop, I was whipping the dope. These niggas like me here, and they broke. Going get 47 came with the scope. I took the blood and took it, they tested the dope. They try to hit the power with my elbow. They go with my left arm, look like idiot. Anything I tell them, I don't know. Fuck 12 minutes, drop with my wrist in the cross. Like a crab out of green stone. Standing this, I went to me and Latonia.
up, sweat, hit it, block, everybody gone. Drop my game, pull up, hit it, highway, then I'm sober, pretty, and I'm talking on the phone. My first chain was a hero. I came from kicking the dogs and serving the zone. Chopping nigga, this ain't just in the song. I call up my shooter, put one in your got hit with the 30 for talking on the phone. Hit for my 20, put it in my cell phone. Hit it, PJ with 350 songs. Came from chopping this 350 bricks, hit it, chicken, cool, I'm saying that the pussy make me nervous. Stay on my tan on my head, hit a little burn. Hit the pot like I turn. Shoot with this drip on nigga, ain't no one. Holla through with the blood, start swarm. Hit the block with more towers than the arm. Man, they take my clip, it's enough. Got me in the truck, they brought shit born. On a private jet, smoking dope on a born. Some bitch, know she gone. Sucking my dick, now that bitch gone. I fell in love with the man, not the corn. Pull on your block with the choppers and pull on the two that they hit your block and start blowing. But am I rolling my shit and he snoring? They want me to stop it, I keep on going. I got the police and the cookies, they glowing. Being better rapper, they say they're going. She on the man. You nigga like me here, goddamn, they try with the box and the pill. PJ with a 150 percent friend. Know the man, I came up with a plan. 100,000 one day on the man. You already know that she on the man. 100,000 one day on the man. She on the man. You nigga like me here, goddamn, they try with the box and the pill. PJ with a 150 percent friend. Know the man, I came up with a plan. 100,000 one day on the man. You already know that she know on the man. 100,000 one day on the man. This one right here for all my niggas on that block. Got the whole hood high, trapping out the bag of it. This one right here for them niggas on that block. Hope it all got the whole hood high, trapping white squares out the back of the fucking line. 2012 cops band with the Glock. Long straps, swear to God, I be solo. All about my dolo, sneak back like Solo. 5Ks on me, man, you know what it be. SOD gang on the motherfucking. Stylish outside, savage inside. Lenovo Legion. Take his mask off and see your life in his eyes. Rated R. I keep me your door with the chopper, let me in. I got all this money on me, I don't know how much I'm gonna spend. Pull up on your block with that Draco nigga. Hey, kicking your door with the chopper. Nigga, let me in. Hey, walking in the trap with them hundreds. How much I'ma spend? Hey, guess you can, cause I'm fucking his baby. Mama and I'm stacking them bitches. Kick the door down in the rap game. They had to let me in. Your front door with the Draco, let me in. Shoes at the back door, they coming on up me. Yeah, Draco's in the back door, they spin to me. Let me in, let me in, let me in. I check the weather just like I'm the weatherman. Wild nigga, let me hey. I caught up in the trap on section 8. On lane, I was serving crack all day. I talk to my mama every day. I made 100K yesterday, I'm straight. I came up from breaking in water trains. I came up from trapping in capital things. Now I'm moving to the final thing. Now I'm moving to the sign things. Now I'm buying new Versace rings. I remember it wasn't none on my plate. Now I go buy me some Gucci snake. Feel like Iron Man and all y'all. Had to drop 50,000 my lawyer went big to take down. Them niggas ain't lying. Damn, it's a shame they broke no game. I came from trapping and came. in love with selling cocaine. 110, driven by my middle name. Bill Al, I was trapping his own. My stepmama caught me with a pound of weed. Left Mississippi with 300 keys. Went back to Atlanta and posted on 3. Antonio, by the yacht, by the cut dome. Flooded out with them things. 12 trying to infiltrate on my team. Hey, kicking your door with that chopper. Nigga, let me in. Hey, walking the shop with them hands. How much on the spend? Hey, guess he mad cause I'm fucking his baby mama and I'm stacking them dividends. Kick the door down in the rap game. They had to let me in. At your front door with the Draco, let me in. Shooters at the back door, they coming on, let them in. Yeah, Draco's in the back door, they stand, so let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me in. I check the weather just like I know about. Full of dropping sauce out the Aston. Paparazzi camera flashing, 350p from a lounge. And camera from trapping capital in Atlanta. 4-4 straight dropping the film. Papa saying while I'm gripping my hand. Dragon flipping nigga just like a charm. Boy, they said I light them on like a candle. Light them on like a candle. You know that. My young nigga sad, signing up out I'm gripping my ratchet. Me and Draco on me know that I'm blasting. Started pimping, then I started track. Started capping, then I started rap. Bought a Billy, then I bought a lamb. Bought a Maserati, goddamn. I just let it up. On the man, coming from trapping on Zan. All of my niggas to get to the band. Now I'm going through the band. Now I'm getting 50 for sure. Yeah, I had to go, bro. I just let it on now. No, I keep it bankroll. Know the diamonds so froze. Know that the diamonds so cold. I didn't shoot it, but I know they don't go. Chop on me with a nigga on the run. Feeling like, yeah, one stack. Pull up on you. Raw, money right? No, my whip, no, chain. Oh, shit. On you. Rain came out of the soul. Nigga made no front pay. Me and money gang crew. Straight my like, pull up. Ice, chain. Like, rain. Blow, pull up. Glacier, ice. Get to the man, I stand on my head. I stack the hell in there. Sky fresh. Keys on me. Say, in the belly, and I'm rolling. Mason my jello, third eye open. Mason my jello, my roller. Rap flowing, polo, know it's on me. I do the blown tee with your munchie. In the trap with a cool 100 on me. End zone, I ain't getting a lot of money.
This is one app you won't want to skip. Get it today in the App Store.
Gotta get fly just to listen to this shit. Got a brand new Glock, Scotty Pippen in the clip, but I ain't Scotty Pippen. I be pippin' on the bitch. You suck ass nigga, why you listen to the bitch? I be fucking with these hoes and I flip them on my clip. You be covering on these hoes and you kissing on that bitch. I'm on that young nigga shit, got a big old bag and I'm young and I'm rich. High tech, walk hard with my young finna shit. Better turn your check with my young finna fit. 15 double O, but I flip on my kick. Got 007 type dealers in my
has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for smuggling a loaded gun into prison. How should I say this? In the most private of places. 39-year-old Amy Wilhite was arrested back on Valentine's Day on unrelated gun and drug charges and taken to Boone County Jail in Columbia. As she was booked, they did a pat-down search. Nothing was found. Now, a follow-up strip search also came up empty-handed, but Here's what they missed. 17 days after she was booked, prison officers were going through Will Hite's belongings and found this. That's a 4-inch 22 caliber revolver that was in a plastic bag. It was fully loaded with 5 rounds. And when asked about it, Will Hite said she was holding it for another inmate. But other prisoners insisted the gun belonged to her. Coming back bigger.
An inmate with a gun in a cell packed with prisoners. Another appears to be shooting up heroin, all caught on video, on a cell phone smuggled into the jail. Inmates free to roam, even leave. This incredible footage was shown in a federal courtroom in a lawsuit over how to pay to fix horrifying prison conditions.
No gloves on, no net over his head, that's how they gonna feed us. Right by shot.
The footage is several years old and was recorded at the now closed House of Detention in Orleans Parish. The Southern Poverty Law Center says this facility was not alone. Many others just as bad in Orleans Parish are still open. They, along with several former inmates, sued the sheriff Marlon Guzman last April. He's in charge of running the jails. As shocking as it is to watch this video, reading the details in the lawsuit is just as disturbing. Mental health patients denied care, inmates beaten by staff, and raped by other prisoners, guards instigating fights. This father lost his 32-year-old son to suicide in the prison 2 years ago.
Hearing some of the testimony and looking at some of the video of the jail itself, I cannot imagine the conditions any human being live in those conditions.
The Southern Poverty Law Center and the Sheriff's Office reached a settlement in December. It was agreed that changes would be made to make the prisons more safe. But change costs money, money the city says it doesn't have. That's why the case is still in court. The city's mayor says taxpayers are already investing more than $200 million to build new facilities. In a statement to CNN, the mayor said, quote, "I cannot in good conscience cut vital services or raise taxes to put even more money in office where waste, fraud, and abuse run rampant." Instead, he wants the federal government to step in and take control from the sheriff.
He's been aware of these conditions since 2008, and the conditions have gotten worse.
All of this takes us back to a disaster the New Orleans area just can't seem to fully recover from: Hurricane Katrina. In a statement, the sheriff said these were temporary facilities he was forced to use after the flooded parish prisons. 8 of those temporary jails still house inmates today.
You don't have to go far to experience the joy of getting out more. Save on the gear that keeps you going. Kohl's.
Drone drops drugs and cell phones to inmates in Ohio jail. I had a drone come through here like 11 months ago.
You're about to see a potential disaster unfold.
A gun battle inside the walls of a prison. Not a rare occurrence in Ecuador, whose notoriously underfunded and overcrowded detention facilities are hotbeds for gang violence. Tuesday's clash was sparked by a dispute between two prison gangs. They attacked each other with guns, knives, and explosives. It took 5 hours for the police to bring the situation under control. Criminal groups from Mexico, Colombia, and Brazil have long battled for control inside Latin American prisons, which they use to orchestrate drug trafficking and other activities on the outside. In February of this year, nearly 80 inmates died in simultaneous coordinated riots in 3 prisons, including this one in the coastal city of Guayaquil. Ecuador's main port city is a major hub for shipping South American cocaine to the north. In July, President Guillermo Lasso decreed a state of emergency in Ecuador's prison system to allow soldiers and police.
Hunted by many warriors who wished to claim the prize of her head. Many tried, and many failed, turned to stone with just a glance at her hideous face. Medusa was not always considered a monster. In fact, it was quite the opposite. She was the only mortal of 3 sisters born to Phorkys and Ceto, 2 of the primordial sea gods. She possessed great beauty, and many men lusted for Medusa. But out of respect for the goddess Athena, she remained pure, and she would eventually become the priestess of Athena's temple. There were thousands who visited Athena's temple just for a glance at Medusa's beauty. They even claimed that her hair rivaled that of Athena. It wasn't long before Athena's jealousy of Medusa became resent. One day when Medusa was walking along the shore, she caught the attention of Poseidon, the god of the sea, and he was instantly infatuated with her. Medusa rejected multiple approaches from Poseidon, because if she wished to remain the priestess of Athena's temple, she must stay a virgin. Poseidon was in the middle of a conflict with Athena, and he saw Medusa as a possession that he could take from the goddess. Eventually, Poseidon grew tired of being rejected by Medusa. He decided that he would take her by force. Medusa, in fear for her life, ran into Athena's temple in the hopes that the goddess would offer her protection. There was no protection given that evening, and Poseidon had his way with Medusa. When Poseidon had finished, Athena did appear, enraged by the events that had just taken place. She decided that she would punish Medusa, as punishment against a god such as Poseidon was considered unthinkable. Athena cursed Medusa. The hair that she was once so envious of, she turned into a head of venomous snakes. Anyone who looked into Medusa's eyes would be petrified and turned to stone. Word spread of the monster that Medusa had become, and she became the target of many warriors who wished to add her head to their list of trophies. All that tried shared the same fate, being turned into stone. Until the hero Perseus, son of Zeus, was tasked with retrieving her head. In order to complete the task, Perseus required aid from the gods. He was given a helmet from Hades that made him invisible to Medusa, a pair of winged sandals from Hermes allowing him to reach Medusa. Athena gave him a bronze shield able to reflect the gaze of Medusa, and lastly he was given a sword sharp enough to cut off the head of Medusa. With all of these divine gifts, Perseus was able to behead Medusa. At the time of her death,
Greek mythology is one of the most popular lores explored in books, films, and television. The legends are interesting and the characters are captivating. One of the most well-known personalities in Greek mythology is Poseidon. As one of the 12 Olympian gods, Poseidon is the god of the sea. Few gods can hold a candle to Poseidon, but even fewer know about Poseidon beyond his dominion over the seas. There's more than meets the eye with this formidable god. Watch on for 30 Poseidon facts that'll help you understand what the Greek god of the sea is really like. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more neat facts to discover the world one click at a time. Number 1. Poseidon is the Greek god of storms, horses, and earthquakes. Poseidon had the power to summon storms and cause earthquakes, earning him the nickname of Earth Shaker. In Greek mythology, it is said Poseidon created the horse to impress the goddess of harvest, Demeter. Number 2. Poseidon is also considered to be a god of navigation. Because of his power over the sea, Poseidon is also worshipped as a god of navigation. Sailors believed that praying to Poseidon would keep them safe from getting lost in turbulent waters. Number 3. Some believe Poseidon to be a god of fertility. Like his brother Zeus, Poseidon had several children with most of his sexual partners. In fact, Poseidon had all kinds of children, some of them not always completely human. The children of Poseidon are all deeply cared for by their father, who was always quick to punish those who dared to harm his children. Number 4. Like many Greek gods, the origins of Poseidon's name are unknown. Nobody knows for sure where the name Poseidon comes from, but many believe that it originates from the Greek word for husband and earth. This is likely why people also call Poseidon as husband of the earth. Number 5. Instead of horses, sea creatures pulled Poseidon's chariot. The hippocampuses were horses with fishtails instead of legs, but we know them as seahorses. They pulled Poseidon's chariot throughout his many travels. In many art pieces, 2 or 4 seahorses accompanied Poseidon at a time. Number 6. The dolphin is one of the many symbols that represent Poseidon. Over the years, people have associated different symbols with Poseidon. Among these, the most common one is of dolphins. In most paintings, artists draw Poseidon surrounded by dolphins. Number 7. The 3 elder Cyclopes make Poseidon's trident. Aside from the dolphin, the trident is also a famous symbol for the god of the sea, for being his favorite weapon. In Hesiod's Theogony, Priests and Cloaking's brothers created Zeus's lightning bolt, and some tales also claim that they made Poseidon's trident. Number 8. Poseidon is one of the most ill-tempered and greedy gods in Greek mythology. The Greek gods aren't known for their kindness, and Poseidon is no exception to that. In most Greek legends, Poseidon is notorious for his explosive temper. He often creates storms and earthquakes to punish whoever upsets him. Number 9. Poseidon was swallowed whole by his father. Cronus swallowed his children Poseidon, Hades, Demeter, Hestia, and Hera as soon as they were born. This is because of a prophecy that foretold his downfall at the hands of one of his sons. Thus, out of fear, Cronus ate all of his children. Number 10. Zeus, one of Poseidon's brothers, saved him from Cronus' stomach. Rhea, Poseidon's brother, managed to hide Zeus from Cronus. Later on, Zeus was able to rescue the rest of his brothers and sisters from Cronus' stomach. Number 11. After the downfall of Cronus, Poseidon ruled over the oceans. The world was split into three after Cronus died: the skies, the underworld, and the seas. While
So my prayer was something like this. Okay, God, I need to know that you exist.
Zeus, the supreme god of the Olympus, felt marveled by a beautiful young woman. Her name was Alcmena. She was married to Amphitryon, the king of the Tyrans. Amphitryon had departed to find the city of Thebes, and so Zeus decided to visit her. The god descended to earth assuming the shape of the king who was fighting in the war and pretended to be her husband. She got pregnant. When Amphitryon returned, he suspected that his wife had cheated on him and gave the order to burn her in a bonfire. Zeus appeared and halted the burning of Alcmena, revealing that he was the father of the baby. Amphitryon felt honored for having the opportunity to raise the son of the god of gods, and pardoned her wife. The god had great plans for the child. A prophecy claimed that the first great-grandson of the hero Perseus would be the king of the glorious city of Mycenae. Alcmena was the hero's granddaughter, so her son would have the rightful claim to the throne. However, her cousin was also pregnant. Furious with her husband's infidelity, the goddess Hera decided to force Eileithyia, the goddess of childbirth, to anticipate the birth of Eurystheus. Due to the premature birth of his cousin, Hercules lost the right to the crown. The moment of birth arrived, and there were two children, Hercules, son of Zeus, and Iphicles, son of Amphitryon. Hera's jealousy was out of control. The goddess decided to set two poisonous snakes to kill the baby. The snakes meandered until they reached the cradle where Hercules and his brother were asleep. Alcmena woke up startled by the cries of Iphicles and encountered the baby Hercules with two dead snakes, one in each hand. Fearing further reprisals from the goddess, the princess took her son to the forest, and there she abandoned him. However, fate joined the goddess Hera and Athena and the abandoned baby on the same path. Without realizing that he was Hercules, Hera was impressed with the baby's strength and decided to breastfeed him. But he sucked the milk with so much force that the goddess felt a stabbing pain. She shoved him away, but the milk gushed out from her breast, piercing the clouds, covering the sky, and thus giving origin to the Milky Way. Due to Hera's scared milk, the little Hercules had now divine powers. Athena grabbed the baby and returned him to his mother. Hera, realizing the mistake she had done by breastfeeding her rival's son, became possessed and invaded with an immense desire for revenge. Seeing Hercules at home, a prophet named Tiresias said, "Let's celebrate the return of the child, who one day will deliver the world from every kind of monster and, due to his great deeds, will guarantee a place in the Olympus." The sun
It's over.
Meine Arbeit für Richtiges. Ob und ob, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Die du jetzt eine Stimme hast. Wenn ja, dann tritt für dich ein, so wie ich für dich eingesetzt habe.
Visitamos eles para escolas imperiais Alsácia e Lorena, passando a ponto de Quente sobre o Reno pelas estrias francesas, sobrevoando as zonas de investigações francesas.